Hey guys, welcome to the Mozsta's Lair. This is Mozsta69. Hope everyone is well. I'll be doing another Star Citizen review, guys. Today I'll be looking at the Prospector, the MISC Prospector ship, which is the first actual playable mining ship, and I'm super excited about the mining mechanic. So we'll look at the mining mechanics. So let's get started. Here she is, the Prospector herself. Another MISC ship. So once I manage to actually get into the game, here we can see really it's got a lot of freelancer type curves, which I love. I love the cockpit and stuff, and the sort of streamlined yet utility look of the freelancer, and that's what the MISC Prospector continues on. There is the mining probe, if you like, that pretty much breaks up rocks into smaller bits and sucks them in. I'm not sure if you can see that right at the front. It's got 128 SKU of mining cargo, so not normal cargo but resource cargo, and they go into those 4 vats that you can see, 2 on either side of the ship. Apparently you can take these vats out in space and replace them with empty ones, so the ship can continue on mining. I think I've read that somewhere. There's the 2 main thrusters, which I think are bi-directional. They can point down as well. And you've got the cockpit. It's a one-man ship, obviously. You've got beautiful visibility out of the cockpit as well. Very similar in some ways to the, ironically, to the 600i. And you've got the 2, I think they're the 2 fuel intakes there at the front there, pointing forward. I think they're the fuel intakes. They look like intakes. I thought they were thrusters, but they're not. They're actually the fuel intakes. So let's have a look at the mining mechanic, right? So I've come to Daymar, I think it is, and with the mining mechanic comes the scanning mechanic as well. So obviously this is all just step 1, entry-level mechanics. It's all going to change and improve over time, but I'm just happy that there's a whole new mechanic and a whole new economy now introduced into Star Citizen, be it mining. So you press tab to activate the scanning, and then you left click on the mouse and bing, there goes your ping. And as you can see, it's highlighting all the resources around you. There's some weird glitches and stuff at the moment on the PTU. That's all good. So now that we know what where the resources are, we don't really know the quality of the resources at this stage, right? So there we go. There's a rock down there. So now, mining is quite dangerous. You can kill yourself quite easily. The concept here is to fill a particular rock with as much with the right optimal amount of energy for that particular rock to break, and then you can start scavenging the smaller bits of rock. If you give a rock too much energy, it's going to blow up and it's going to do a hell of a lot of damage to your ship, or in fact it will destroy your ship. So you have to be very careful, and it's an awesome little mechanic because it actually, there's a bit of an adrenaline rush associated with mining in Star Citizen, as opposed to just pointing and clicking and harvesting stuff like in some other games. So on the lower left hand side you can see your laser throttle. So when you press M, the probe comes out and it's in fracture mode, as you can see. To change it to extraction mode, you right click, but we're not ready for that. So when you highlight a rock, the first thing the Prospector does, it scans it. Oh my god. And in the top right you can see that this particular rock has got 13.88% of titanium, which is a lot of titanium actually. Usually I've been seeing resources or nodes with like, I don't know, 2 to 6% of harvestable material, but this thing has got 13.88% of titanium. And when you highlight a node and it's highlighted in gold or yellow, that means you still have to fracture it. It hasn't been broken up into its smaller pieces. When the node is broken up into its smaller pieces, it will be highlighted in purple, and that's when you know you can switch to extraction mode and suck those pieces in. So I'll draw your attention to the lower left hand corner. You'll see laser throttle there at 0.1%. So you activate the laser and you start increasing the throttle. As you increase the throttle, again on the lower left hand corner there, you will see a rock energy level. Now that rock energy level will start increasing at a certain point in time, and your goal as a miner is to keep that energy level in that green bar. If it goes to the red bar section, then you are overcharging the rock, and if you overcharge it for a while, it will blow up in your face. So let's increase the laser throttle. We're at 30%, increasing. And you can see absolutely nothing is happening, right? We're at 100% and nothing is happening. So let's get a tiny bit closer. Floating in ever so gently. Okay, we're seeing the rock energy levels come alive. Distance is a factor. Now you can see the rock energy levels slowly coming alive. Okay, you don't want it to be shooting up. There's a bit of patience that's required. Now, on the lower right hand side, you can see a couple of fields. You can see the fracturing sensor percentage. When that reaches 100%, that's when the rock will break up into its smaller pieces, which you can then hopefully extract. Below that is the overcharging sensor. If that reaches 100%, that means the rock's going to blow. So we're approaching the green zone, so I'm going to start reducing the laser throttle. And you can see the fracturing sensor, and I'm going to actually just go back a little bit, because I find even when you don't go into the red section, if you're too close, it seems like there we go, nicely fractured. Now, some of these bits are still highlighted in orange, which means that I can't extract them yet. Right, but I think I saw one in purple. Here's one in purple, so I can actually extract that particular one. So I'm switched to extraction mode by clicking on the right mouse button, and we're in extraction mode. So here we go, and we are now sucking in rocks. Our cargo capacity is there on the lower right hand corner there. So I'm going back into fracture mode because all of these are still highlighted in gold, which means they're too big. But now I have to be careful. Smaller pieces are a lot more volatile. They take a lot less energy, which makes sense. So again, I'm going to start. I'm going to increase the laser throttle a lot more cautiously for these smaller pieces. And we can see at 10%, I'm already getting some movement on the rock energy level. So the rock energy level is going up. It's going up at probably now I'm decreasing the throttle, trying to keep it within the green. Nice. Nicely done. So again, switching to extraction mode. I saw a few purple. It's all about the purple. Extracting that. That, my friends, is the mechanic, and I think it's great. I think it's a fun mechanic.